Welcome to the Dray Way. I am so glad you're here. We have a really good show. I'm glad you're here. By the way, if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and hit the subscriber button. We got a great show. Let's go. What I want to talk about first, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this because I don't understand it. I don't understand how diversity, equity, and inclusion are a bad thing. I don't understand how Republicans are against diversity, equity, and inclusion. You would think that that would be something everyone can agree on. But no. In a country where diversity is the key to our success, we are literally having companies now disassembling their DEI programs, which makes no sense, which means I'm talking about, particularly right now today, Walmart. Walmart, from me to you, go F yourself. Yeah, in case I didn't make that perfectly clear, Walmart, let me say it again. Go F yourself. Yeah. And that's because Walmart, in case you haven't read, Walmart is getting rid of that whole diversity, equity, and inclusion program. And they think everyone else should too, because Republicans told them to. Yeah, that's ultimately what this comes down to. But I personally, as if I didn't have a reason to go to Walmart before, I certainly will not be stepping into a Walmart now. And any company that's getting rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion, any company that thinks that that's not a worthy goal to have, yeah, you can F yourself too. Yeah, I don't want any part of you. I won't be doing business with you, because that are we in the United States of America or not? I mean, that is literally what this country has been founded on. And now we have companies that think it's a good idea to not have diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I want to know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole DEI, because so far all I've seen is Republicans angry about it for some reason, and no one can explain to me why. Why do suddenly we think DEI is a bad word? Why are we turning it into a bad thing? Why? What is the goal? What is the purpose of turning diversity, equity, and inclusion into something bad? I just don't get it. All we're saying is everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance, especially if they're qualified, And this is just to ensure everyone's getting a fair shake, because over our history, our country's history, it hasn't been that way, has it? It hasn't been that way at all, particularly in the South. Yeah, you guys haven't exactly been real big on diversity, equity, and inclusion, have you? Yeah. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dray Way. I'm glad you're here. We have a lot to cover today, so stay with me. Well, we got a chance to see what Biden had to say, and I'm going to paraphrase what Biden said, because Biden didn't use a lot of words, but you could clearly tell in his tone what he was actually saying, because he said, look, I would like Donald Trump to kind of reconsider this whole tariff thing, because he's going to upset our allies, our very, very close allies. Yeah, like Mexico and Canada. Mexico and Canada, who have been there with us like this. And what has Biden done over the last 4 years? Does anybody know what he's done as far as relationships around the world? he has had to spend time normalizing relationships again because Donald Trump was such an asshole the last time. The last time Donald Trump was president, he walked around the globe being an asshole. Yeah, that's not an opinion. That's kind of a factual statement. When you talk to world leaders around the world, they all pretty much said the same thing. Yeah, he's a dumb asshole. Yeah, and I don't say that lightly, but everybody people don't want to say it out loud, but everybody knows how dumb he is. He's not that smart, and other leaders now know that. So here, Canada and Mexico, who are doing booming business with the United States who gets a lot of its cheap oil from Canada. Yeah, I mean, this is somebody that ran on, I'm cheap energy. I'm going to cut energy prices in half. How are you going to do that, Einstein, when the gas that we get from Canada and the oil we get from Canada, you're going to slap a 25% tariff on? Please clue us all in how this works. Because once again, I don't see anyone telling us how this is going to make prices lower. In fact, the only thing I hear from every single economist is like, yeah, this is going to raise prices, raise inflation, and hurt American consumers. So now we've got a dumb guy with a dumb policy going in charge of the White House to put forth a dumb policy that's going to hurt Americans, and it's going to hurt our very best trading partners. Our best trading partners in the world, besides China, is Mexico and Canada. So can somebody please explain to me what we're doing? Why are we, because Canada's really hurt. Canada is like, what have we done to deserve this treatment? Why would you do this to us and to devastate our economy as well as your own? Why would you do this? It doesn't make any sense. Why are you going to make lumber more expensive, natural gas more expensive, oil more expensive? Why? Why would you do this? Because Trump is promising to do it on day one. And it just simply doesn't make any sense. But let me know what you think in the comments. I can't wait to see this. Like I said earlier, Biden basically said, we've built really good relationships with Canada and Mexico, and you're going to destroy it on day one. Yeah, get ready. This is what happens when you vote a really dumb man into office. Let me know what you think. We got more to talk about. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, let's talk about, the other day I talked about investing in gold and silver. I think gold and silver, and I still think the stock market are the two places I continue to be and I want to be, and my portfolio keeps doing better and better and better. The place I don't want to be is in real estate. I think real estate is still way overpriced. And I think what does Donald Trump bring to real estate? I don't think he brings anything positive, anything good. I don't think there's anything he can do except for continue higher interest rates because he's going to overspend. He's going to spend and spend and spend and probably cut taxes for rich people and put us even into more debt. So how can we get magically lower interest rates? We can't, because the inflation would skyrocket. So that's not in the bag of tricks here. So what is in the bag of tricks? That's the question. And that's why I think we're heading for a lot lower prices in real estate. Because if interest rates are going to stick around 7 and 8%, a lot of people simply can't afford the house payments at 7 and 8% interest rates. So what has to happen? The so-called bubble value has to come down. And that's what you're starting to see all along the south of the United States, especially in Texas and Florida. Yeah, in Texas and Florida, I can tell you right now, The best thing to do if you got to go to Texas and Florida, or even it's true right here in Vegas, don't buy a house. Do not buy a house. The best thing to do right now is to rent. Instead of buying a house for $600,000 or $500,000, putting 20% down, $100,000 plus closing costs and all those expenses, yeah, you can rent the house right next door for $2,300 a month. Yeah, $2,300. Or you can have a house payment of nearly $4,000. Who wants to do that? You know, especially when prices are already so elevated. And where do you think prices are going to go from here? You know, when do you think we're going to see the highs of 2 years ago? Probably not for 7 to 10 years or longer. Yeah, in many places, you're not going to be hitting new highs anytime soon, especially in Texas and Florida. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So what is Donald Trump bringing to the table? What do you think Donald Trump is going to do for real estate? Let me know in the comments, because I'm telling you right now, there is nothing positive that man is going to bring to real estate. Absolutely nothing. And if anyone's telling you he is, they're lying to your face, because they simply don't understand his policies. They simply don't understand what Trump has said, what he has said he's going to do. And based on what he's said he's going to do, it's highly inflationary. Highly inflationary. So, and prices have nowhere to go. People are already out of the housing market because prices are simply too high. And if interest rates are 7, 8, even 9% in the future, what's the future of housing with 7 and 8 and 9% interest rates? There is no future. So what would be my diagnosis for what to do in real estate for the next 7, 10 years? Don't buy. Don't buy a house. Right now, it's much, much cheaper to rent, and to take the money that the $1,700 or $2,000 a month you would have had to pay for your note, instead putting that into the S&P fund and putting that in every month, you're going to do a lot better doing that than you are with the expenses of buying a house. The expenses of buying a house right now are just ridiculous. And with prices going down in Texas and Florida, and they're just starting to go down. I don't want you to think that, oh, prices are going to be down in 6 months. No, it's going down for years. Donald Trump has 4 years in office. Real estate prices will not be going up in Florida and Texas for the 4 years that Donald Trump is around, because Donald Trump isn't going to do anything to help promote lower interest rates. Nothing. So if you're thinking Donald Trump's going to come into the office and there's going to be 2-3% interest rates again, that's not happening. That's not happening. So again, let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to be talking about this a lot, because real estate seems to be on everybody's mind. I primarily right now, I'm a big believer in the stock market and silver and gold. I think if you're invested wisely in the S&P and you're invested in silver and gold over the next 10 years, you're going to do extremely well. Being invested right now, or thinking about buying a house or investing in real estate over the next 7 to 10 years, yeah, I would not look at it as an investment. As if you're just doing it for a place to live, okay, but as an investment, I think there's a lot better things to do with your money. Let me know what you think. Like and follow in the comments. And this is another Dray Way all wrapped up. Don't forget, there's a new Dray Way every single day. And I'm sure we'll be talking a lot more this weekend about what's going on with Trump and Biden and all that stuff. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a great Friday, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Dray Way. We'll see you later.